Hey everyone, it's Mandak coming at you guys with another haul video. So this is going to be comic haul number 30, I believe. And I will say there's a lot of stuff other than comics in here, so really should be fun. This is kind of the haul that I've had over like the past, I would say maybe like month, maybe half a month, I don't know. But yeah, happy February to everyone out there. Hope you all are enjoying yourself. Just plugging away, going to work every day, and just living life. So, yeah, so we'll get into it and we'll go from there. So I'll start with the comics and then I'll work my way up to the other things that I got. Also, I got my tax refund. I didn't get it yet, but I did my taxes and I found out what my refund was going to be. So some of the stuff I have in this haul is because of me finding out I got my tax refund, what it was. So there is one thing I'll mention here that I don't have with me right now for this video, and that is I went out and got myself a Microsoft Surface. So just needed, it was about time that I updated my computer. I've been using a MacBook Pro for 7 years now, and it still works. Still really, still works pretty good. It's a little sluggish, but it does what it has to do. But it wasn't really portable. It was pretty slow at sometimes. I needed to be fast, and it was just really bogged down by a bunch of stuff that built up over time. So it's nice to have a new computer after 7 years. Last time I had a new computer was when I was a freshman in college, so it's been a while. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, so maybe I'll be making some videos on there. I'm not sure how good the webcam is on there. I know the webcam on this iPhone XR is a lot better, so I might be sticking with this, but in terms of my video editing and stuff like that, I might be doing that on my Surface, but we'll see. I don't really edit these videos, I just upload them because who cares. But anyway, we'll get into the haul, so I'll shift positions here, and we'll go over some comics here, and then I'll go into other things that I got. So first thing, I didn't actually buy it. I actually found it at my parents' house, and I had it for a while, and I'm just going to show it off here because I think it's kind of funny and kind of a gag as well. And that is the Ultimate Spider-Man number 19. So I read this issue probably about 2 years ago, and this was just a really great issue. It was a flip cover too, so like on the other side you had like an alternate story or something. So Mark Bagley art, kind of, I would argue probably at his prime, so I really enjoyed Ultimate Spider-Man from start to finish. There was very few slow periods in that whole run for me. Bendis and Bagley just made it great, and then Stuart Immonen afterwards picked up the pace. So really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Anyone who's trying to get into Spider-Man, definitely start with Ultimate. You won't be disappointed. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to get this bagged and boarded and into my collection. So we'll see. I'm not really a big fan of Ultimate. Oh, shit. I just looked at it and it's not Ultimate Spider-Man. It's Ultimate Tales Spider-Man. So, this might have been like a reprint. It definitely is Ultimate Spider-Man, but I think it's just a reprint. So, whoops. Never mind. I should have known by like not seeing that border, like the red or blue border for the Spider-Man issue. So, yeah. Whoops. Let me move this one towards the back. We'll go over that later. So I got some trades. I went to Second and Charles one day. I went to Books A Million. Ordered some stuff on In Stock Trades. So that's kind of where all this stuff comes from. So I'll kind of go over it and explain where I got everything. First book I got here was Jason Aaron's first volume of Avengers that came out towards the tail end of 2018, I want to say. So, I read the first issue of this run. So this collects Avengers 1 through 6. I think this is volume 7 of Avengers, if I'm not mistaken. So here's the back. Here's the front. So yeah, really excited to read this. I'm not I haven't really read a lot of Jason Aaron stuff, so I can't really make my judgment based on it, but I would say he's probably like a top 5 or top 10 Marvel writer right now, at least. So yeah, I got this for $6 at my Books A Million. A little bit less of that because of the discount that I get. So it's worth it. They're up to like volume 7 or something now of of trade paperbacks for that, which I think is crazy, but hey, whatever. Next book I got here from Books A Million is Life of Captain Marvel. So this collects Life of Captain Marvel numbers 1 through 5. So obviously this was released in anticipation of the Captain Marvel movie from 2019, starring Brie Larson. So we'll see. I mean, the art looks promising enough. The story looks like it might be half decent. So we'll see. Looks like there's different artists on each issue, which could be interesting. We'll see. Not really a huge fan of when they do that, but we'll see how it goes. So, Life of Captain Marvel, got this for $5. A little bit overpriced considering how small it is, but it's just another kind of book to put with my Captain Marvel stuff. You know, we'll see. Next book I got here, which I was excited to get because trying to hunt these volumes down, have not had any success. And I finally found one that I was looking for, and that is All New Guardians of the Galaxy by Jerry Duggan. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is Volume 1 Communication Breakdown. And this collects issues 1 to 2, numbers 4, 6, 8, and 10, as well as material from Free Comic Book Day 2017 for the All New Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I would say I'm pretty well versed in Guardians at this point. I've read Jim Valentino's, Gallagher's, read Bendis, so I'm pretty much caught up, you know, minus 5 years ago, I guess, at this point. So gotta read this, and then I have to get into is it Donny Cates? I'm not sure. I think that's who's writing it right now. So we'll see. But yeah, really excited to read this. There's an omnibus that came out for this book, and it's a little overpriced online. You know, it's a really small book, and they're charging like $50 for it, and I'm like, don't really want to pay that. So just hunt down the trades, pay $15 and be done with it. So yeah, I think I just have volume 3 now left to get, so we'll see if I can find that somewhere. I'm hoping I can find it soon so I can read all that. Sorry, I'm gonna cough real quick. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough. Okay, next book we have here is a Captain America book, and that is Captain America by Wade and Samney. Collects issues 695 to 700 of Captain America, so, you know, renumbering for the win. I will say the art in here looks great. I could have swore I've seen Chris Samney's art before. I just can't remember where. But I wonder if it's from the Mighty Thor Epic or Mighty Thor Complete Collection. Probably not. Someone can probably tell me in the comments below. But just really great art here going on. Really looking forward to reading this. I think this comes after. I think this comes after Nick Spencer's stuff, so I'll have to make sure I put this in there accordingly. So, cool beans. Got that at a Second and Charles for $6. So I thought that was pretty good. It's kind of like the same type of trade, same type of deal going on as like the Iron Man, the Search for Tony Stark. Like they renumbered it and did all this stuff. So pretty cool to have that. Next book I had here was one that I kept putting off not buying because it was really a small book, and I was like, I don't really want to pay for this, but I need it for my collection, and I don't want to have it in single because it would look dumb, so I'd rather have it in paperback, and that is Iron Man The End. So this collects, I think, literally 1 issue or 2 issues, like 2 like extended issues, and then it has some filler. It has issues 116 and 244 of Iron Man, which obviously I've already read. And it's a little interesting why they put those 2 issues in here, I guess. I mean, I don't really know why. I guess because they're both from this is written by David Michelinie and Layton. And I guess they wanted to do some homage to them and, you know, have some issues featured in there that they wrote before. So, you know, just taking a look at the art here. We'll see how this goes. So, I might read this soon. Just read it and get it done. I know that sounds awful to say, but yeah, there's a lot of like Iron Man like miniseries and stuff that I just don't like. And there's not a lot of good miniseries by Iron Man. Pretty much the main series is where you need to stay. Don't venture off that path. This next book I talked about in our weekly Crackle Comics podcast, which if anyone out there is not already a follower of the Crackle Comics page on YouTube, definitely go check it out. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. That's Crackle with a K, as in Kirby Crackle. That's why we came up with a name. But yeah, definitely go follow us. We do podcasts usually every Friday night, and we just go over topics. We go over the issues of the week, so we keep up with current issues, which is nice because I usually never do that. I never go out to the store and buy books, so I can read my collections and get caught up during the week, and then I can read new releases during the podcast. So definitely go check that out. Anyway, little promo aside, we're going to get into some of the books that I talked about in that podcast, and one of them is Criminal. So the story arc Cruel Summer just ended, I think, and this is volume 4 of Criminal before that arc. So just trying to get caught up on this series. I think there's like 7 volumes now at this point, so I have another 3 more to collect before I can do my Criminal readathon and enjoy myself. Just got done reading Incognito by the same exact team, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great story. It had superhero aspects to it, which I wasn't expecting because I was reading, Brubaker and Phillips to get away from superheroes, but it had a superhero that was kind of like we're living incognito, guys. So, but yeah, it was still good nonetheless, and I'm just really in love, and I'm on a high with this team right now. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a collection coming out this summer that has like some of their crime noir stories that weren't published in other books. So really excited. I will be trying to get that as soon as I can. But yeah, I cannot recommend Criminal enough. If you are looking to get into any type of if you love like crime mystery or like suspense thriller type of movies or shows, you're gonna love this. I mean, the storytelling by Brubaker is on point as expected, and the art by Sean Phillips is just absolutely amazing. Such fluid art, and really, really enjoy it. Cannot recommend it enough. So here's the fourth trade. I just love the way that image designs these. They're really unique. They really stand out on the shelf. Probably can't see them, but up here is the 3 other trades. So they're all kind of really colorful and awesome. So Criminal promo aside now, we'll move on. Another book I sniped at my Books A Million, which I was looking for a while. Couldn't really find a good price online. I knew it was really cheap for a while, just never got around to buying it. And that is Star Wars Infinities. So this is pretty much like a what if type of storyline. So this collects Star Wars Infinities, A New Hope 1 through 4, Empire Strikes Back 1 through 4, and Return of the Jedi 1 through 4, as well as the Star Wars 0 through 8. So this is kind of just like a reimagining of the story, and right off the bat, the art looks pretty good, I would say. A little shaky there with Leia's face, but yeah, it seems kind of cool. So this is again one of Marvel's republications of Star Wars Dark Horse stuff that came out. So it still blows me away how they're able to do this, but I guess since they own the IP now, they can republish it if they want, but technically it's owned by Dark Horse because they are the ones that made the comics. So I'm a little confused how the rights go, but I guess Disney has it. So but yeah, this is really interesting. Definitely might be worthy of a podcast at some point. I know me and Vince and Mike were thinking about doing a podcast on all those epic collections that are just sitting there collecting dust. But no, I really want to get around to reading that stuff. I really am looking forward to it. Just waiting, I guess, for this lull of Star Wars stuff to end because Rise of Skywalker just came out, and I think Star Wars might start fading down in terms of the spotlight. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not really worried about it, but yeah, so there's the front, the back, or the back, the front, so, and the spine. It's purple, light purple. So really cool. I know one of my friends back in college, she got it for like her birthday one year, and that was like 4 years ago, and she told me that she really liked it, so we'll see. Next book I have here is something that, you know, don't really buy a lot of, but I found it for a good price, and I've heard a lot about it. It's really good, and obviously, as you can probably tell, this year, definitely for like upcoming trips to like cons and like other, you know, comic book trips, definitely gonna be looking to expand my independent part of my collection right now, since I'm kind of a little tapped out on some Marvel and DC stuff right now. But one of those things is Essex County, and this is written by Jeff Lemire, also drawn by Jeff Lemire. So I did not know Jeff Lemire was an artist, so that's really cool to know. In terms of Jeff Lemire, I read his Hawkeye run, which wasn't awful, wasn't great. I mean, I thought it was half decent. It was a good bookend. It was not Matt Fraction, but it was its own separate thing, which I enjoyed. But yeah, this is interesting. This is the winner of the American Library Association's Alex Award, the Doug Wright Award, and the Joe Shuster Award. So a lot of good accolades with this. So this is the whole collection in paperback. This is the 3 graphic novels in one book. So definitely will probably be reading this sooner than later. And what's nice about this, it's kind of cool, it sticks out on the shelf because it's kind of like a smaller version of the book. And it's obviously all in black and white. Not obviously, but it's all in black and white, so really cool. Definitely will be reading this soon, see what's going. You know, it's just nice to read a comic book that isn't about superheroes, just about normal people in a county. I think it's about like hockey or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Really excited. I've heard a lot about it, and obviously I'm too poor to afford the hardcover, so I got the soft cover for $10. So who cares? I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, and the last book here, the one I was looking forward to the most when it was first announced, and I'm so excited to have it, and we'll definitely be selling a collection that has the same stuff in it, so if you're interested, hit me up. I also have to figure out how I'm going to get this thing on my shelf without my shelf breaking, and that is Iron Man, Mask in the Iron Man, the Mask in the Iron Man omnibus. So this omnibus is small. It's, I think, just over 600 pages, I think it is. And it collects Iron Man, the 1998 series. That's volume 3, numbers 1.5, number 26 through 49, as well as annuals 2000 and 2001. And it's written by, I mean, I'm surprised it's called the Mask in the Iron Man collection versus Iron Man by Joe Quesada, but obviously, I guess they can understand why they didn't call it that, because, you know, after I think issue 30-something, he leaves the book. So you have Frank Thierry, Chuck Dixon, and Chris Claremont as well on this book. So I read the Joe Quesada stuff, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best, but the Mask and the Iron Man storyline was definitely really interesting to me. So we'll see how this goes. I'm trying to hold it up so it doesn't have any glare, but yeah, you can see here on the side, it's a really small omnibus, but this is going to look so nice next to my other omnibus for Kurt Busiek. There's the back cover roll. It says it's alive. Tony Stark faces his most dangerous enemy, his invincible armor, now with a mind of its own. An action-packed era of Iron Man begins with the seminal story from the mind of Joe Quesada. So obviously, you know, the armor taking control of itself. It's not the first time we've seen that. I mean, the first time I think we could say we saw that in a storyline with Iron Man was back in the beginning of the End storyline, written by Archie Goodwin, back in like Iron Man, I think like 9 or 10 or something. It was like really early on. So, but this is a definitely good reimagining of that type of story, and a good twist from his own perspective. So really cool. Definitely will be putting this up on the shelf. Might be reading it soon, but yeah, if you're interested in buying the Iron Man by Joe Quesada collection, hit me up. I may or may not be able to get to you. We'll see. But yeah, that's cool. Definitely awesome to own that. Paid like $42 for that, which I think is semi-decent. I mean, it's a $75 cover, so, you know, it's whatever. Alright, next thing we'll have here is a DVD, which I bought because I need to get above 25 bucks at 2nd and Charles to use my coupon. So what we have here is Justice League: The New Frontier. So why the hell did I buy this? I just got done reading The New Frontier, and I really liked it. The art was amazing. The story was really good, really sad at sometimes, but a really good story. And I remember watching this with my friends a few years ago, back when I was in college, and I wasn't really paying attention a lot because I didn't read the book and I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. But now that I know what's going on, I read the book, I can kind of read this or watch this and be a snob and be like, that's not what happened in the book. But yeah, this is my first DC Universe animated original movie film that I have in my collection now, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I really want to get Batman the Animated Series at some point. It's just getting the financials figured out. I saw some pretty good prices online, but, you know, I don't know if I'm really willing to spend that much money for just like a TV show, so we'll see. Alright, next group of stuff we'll get into here is some records. So, excuse me. Sorry. So some stuff that I want, so I have records, and these records I bought at a store this past weekend with my friend. Him and I went to Camp Russia Mall. There's this place in Camp Russia Mall called Rock Shop. So shout out to them. Great store. Lots of good stuff in there. They have an area where you buy 2, you get 1 free on all these like used records and stuff. So I was able to snag about 6 records here, so I'll go over them. And I think total I paid like $18 for all these, so really good deal, I would say. About $3 a record. So first one we'll go over here, probably the one I'm happy to have the most is, back up here, Billy Joel, Innocent Man. So this has a few good songs on it. Just an overall great album. You have The Longest Time, Tell Her About It, and Uptown Girl. So you can see here on the back. Yeah. And this was around the era that Billy Joel was married or dating Christy Brinkley, I think. So, yeah, that didn't last long. But really cool. I got this for $5. So that was a steal, I thought. The condition of it looks pretty good, so we'll see if it plays. A few of these albums that are coming up here I bought for just 1 song on it, but I'm going to listen to it all and see if I like any other ones. Odds are I probably will. So this one I bought is right here, Bruce Hornsby and The Range. And the reason why I bought this was side B, first song, is The Way It Is, which is a really great song. Obviously anyone out there, probably can look it up and they'll be like, oh yeah, I know that song. So really good piano in that, and I just really looking forward to it. So might play that side first and see if there's anything else on that side that I like. So lit. Next one here, also got for 1 song that I know, and that is Pete Townsend, Empty Glass. And this has a song, Let My Love Open the Door. So we'll listen to the rest of this and we'll see if there's anything I like. Interesting cover though. He kind of looks like Jesus, with the little thing in the background and the 2 women on his side, with like beer and whiskey glass going on. So we'll see. I was just actually listening to this song on the way home, so that's cool. All right, next one we have here is Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, and this has Let It Ride. So that's another good song that I downloaded a while ago. The reason why I downloaded it was because it's from one of my favorite movies, and that is Invincible. It's the Eagles movie about Vince Papale. So in one of the scenes there, you can hear them playing Let It Ride by Bachman Turner Overdrive. I think that's when they're playing football in like the yard, that like car yard or whatever. So pretty cool. Got that. Next one here, again, got for one song, but I would imagine this one's gonna be pretty good if I listen to the whole album. And that is I'm trying to see if there's any other song. Oh, I know Won't Get Fooled Again. That's another song. Alright, so this is Who's Next by The Who. And the first song on side one is Baba O'Reilly. So I was listening to this on the way home as well too, so really excited. You know, for the reason why I get records is I'm so curious to see how the song sounds on a record versus, you know, pre-recorded and everything. So, you know, I can always tell there's a little bit of a difference on the record version rather than the digital version. You don't really hear different things. Oops. But yeah, really cool to own this. My first Who album, so that's awesome. And last one here, because I want to kind of see if I like any of their other songs, is Survivor by and this features Can't Hold Back. But Survivor also sang a bunch of songs from the Rocky series. So they sang Eye of the Tiger and Burning Heart. Those both aren't in here, I don't think. So that's a little sad, but I like Burning Heart and Eye of the Tiger. They're both really good gym songs. So, but yeah, I got this for really cheap. Got it for $3, and it's been in pretty good shape, I would say. So we'll try it out. We'll see. I don't think I own this already. I'm thinking I might have bought this twice, but we'll see. I really have to update my vinyl record collection at database to make sure that I have everything. So we'll see. All right. The last group of stuff here is Legos. So I am definitely going to be trying to do some more reviews this year. I have a lot of stuff built. I got away from the fast builds because, you know, those like time-lapse things, because, you know, I constantly had the camera on me, and sometimes it would go off and I would lose half the time build. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to build them and review them as I see fit. So, but I'll go over some of these sets. I went to the Lego store at King of Prussia and I got a few of these, and I think one of them I got at Walmart for a little bit off. So we'll go over this real quick. First set I got here was at the Lego store, and I believe that's the only place you can get this set, and that is the brick calendar. So really cool. Definitely going to try to build this maybe tonight or tomorrow night, and put this on my desk at work. I don't know, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll just keep it here, but I kind of like to put it there because it's kind of a little cool thing to kind of move around and manipulate every day, and a little talking point for some of my coworkers that come into my office to talk about things. But yeah, it's just a calendar with a bunch of like little cubes that you can switch around for each day, you know. So this is December 4th, so you can change it around for, like, you know, February 11th, which is tomorrow. Got this for $20 and 278 pieces, which I think is a pretty good deal, all things considered. Comes with one minifigure, so it has that little guy right there. You can see kind of chilling there in the middle. I may customize it. I might find a minifigure head that has glasses and just put that on instead, so it looks like me, but we'll see. Yeah, just really cool. You know, just a little something something. I always saw it there for a while, and I just never thought to pick it up, and I was like, $20, who cares? Next set here I got for $25 at Walmart. Original price was $30, so that is the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Outback Cabin. So I've recently been getting more into creator sets now. You know, obviously the higher end creator sets, you're looking at like the modular sets, which are like easily over $200. They just came out with a bookshelf one, which I'm thinking about getting. It's $180, which is kind of on my price end. A lot of them can go for like over like $280 up to $300, so that's pretty expensive. But they've been making some of these smaller like little builds here that you can get like a little house or whatever for. I have back here, you can't see it, but I have like the little, I bought the what do you call it, treehouse set that came with 3 different instructions, so I have that there. It's kind of cool to display. But yeah, they have these, and then they also have like these like $40 sets that are kind of like little modular sets, and then you have like an $80 set which looks like a modular as well, but it's not really a modular. So they're definitely trying to give people more options in terms of like having like little builds like this, like a little house to display or something. So I really do appreciate Lego for making those things, and yeah, just really excited to build this. This looks really fun. You know, a few small little builds here. You have like a buildable eagle and looks like a dog or something, and a little cabin and a boat. So we'll see. You can see the ultimate build on the other side. I really don't like the other two, so I might just stick with the cabin, but we'll see. Might be a review coming for that, we'll see. And the last thing here, the biggest thing that I spent with my money other than my Surface laptop, this is something I wanted to get for a while. Was really hesitant on pulling the trigger, but when I found out what my tax return was, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go do this now. So I ended up buying it. It's weird because it's not a Star Wars or a Marvel set. I am buying the Quinjet and the Compound set at some point. So that way I'll have all the Endgame sets as well. But this one right here is something I really look forward to, and I really look forward to building and kind of talking about and displaying. And that is the, wow, let me see if I can back up and get this in frame. That is the Lego 10266 NASA Apollo Lunar Lander. So this was $100, which I think is a good price. You know, excuse me. It is 1,087 pieces, so if you want to do price per piece ratio, it works out pretty good. Has 2 minifigures, although they aren't directly referenced as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, so that's whatever. But yeah, this has some pretty cool elements. It comes with a base as well, so on the back here you can kind of see what that looks like. So I'm really excited to build it. It comes apart into different parts. I believe there's some printed tiles in here as well, and you know, has a little plate on it. So this is gonna be, excuse me, this is gonna be really nice to display, and a little talking point. You know, it might go really. Right now, in my room, I have my fire station, which probably will be getting dismantled at some point. But this will probably go really nicely next to my Ship in a Bottle Lego idea set. Which reminds me, I'm definitely going to try to pick up the Lego Ideas dinosaur fossil set. My one friend went with me to the Lego store. He was basically like, you know, kind of wanting to get me to buy the set. So I went to the store and they didn't have it. I was like, ah, but definitely might be ordering online or something. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, that's my haul. This technically can be considered comic haul, but you know, as you can see, there's a bunch of things I bought. And I'm really happy. You know, just a lot of cool things to do now and read, and we'll see. I'll report back, and you know, definitely be looking out for a review. I definitely want to do a review for the Lunar Lander. I'm not sure if I will do anything for the creator set, but maybe I will. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's my haul. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you later. Peace.